Okay, so next is the Ravens. As a Raven fan, definitely some of the schedule that I got input that I was able to kind of look at. I mean, it's a pretty decent schedule. Definitely believe that they can get some wins here. I don't think their schedule is that hard this year. They got some good matchups. They got some good playoff teams, but this is a team that definitely can overcome that. Um, you know, that regular season thing. It's really playoff time when it is. What are we gonna do? Are we even there? Do we have the potential to, obviously win a Super Bowl, even get there? I think last year was their best chance. I'm not saying that this team is worse, but I feel like there are some definitely some holes that we need to figure out, and maybe some players to move on from. Overall, though, this is a good team. This is a disciplined team. The loss of some players and definitely Mike McDonald is going to impact them. But I do believe that this team will be just fine with the schedule. They were 13-4 last year. They were AFC North champs. They lost to Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. 6-3 at home, 7-1 away, 3-3 in the division. 483 points that they scored. They gave up 280 points. They were unbelievable. They're 21st in the pass, which is not a surprise, 213.8. First in rushing again with 156.5. Fourth in points for with 28.4. And they were first in points against 16.5. They gave up absolutely nothing. Stout defense and definitely a high flying running offense. So yeah, overall, we got to look at their depth chart and obviously their schedule. Depth chart. They do have a three wide receiver, one tight end set, which uh, I'd be shocked if they kept it like that. I feel like they could be more pivotal if they definitely have two tight ends out there, kind of like the Patriots did back with Hernandez and Gronk. I just feel like Likely looks like a guy, and Andrews, is Andrews, so he can have a great year. So you look at the left tackle first, Ronnie Stanley. He's an honorable mention by virtue of the fact that he has had some pretty good years. He just doesn't ever stay healthy. I think his knee is completely shattered. I think he's just at this point robotic. Very slow, very slow. Definitely one injury shy from retiring. And I just don't. I don't see. I don't see Baltimore putting that much money into this man. I don't. I think they should get another tackle and figure out what to do because Ronnie Stanley is not the answer, and he's just getting worse every year. Left guard, you got Andrew Voorhees. I think he's a good draft pick, seventh round guy. So I mean, overall, I think, especially in the Kansas City game that I saw, it wasn't terrible. Obviously, yes, did he get beat off of some blocks? Absolutely, but he is a rookie, so I think that's a good thing for him to beef up their line, especially their interior, which they have been meaning to do this for a couple of years now. At the center position, Linderbaum, I do have him at fourth in my top 10 list. I think he's a solid dude. I think he's got the ability of, um, he's got the ability of being a Pro Bowl, All Pro guy. Just taking some time, needing some time to figure out kinks. I do believe he could be great. Right guard, who was a right tackle, Falili. He struggled in the Kansas City game, so I mean that was tough to see that. But it's a question mark. We'll see what we can see, and see if he's able to become the starting right guard, or if they got to look elsewhere there. And right tackle right now they do have Makari. I'm strongly believing that he's not going to be the starting right tackle. It's going to be Rosengarten from UW, which is a great draft pick. I think they got a great draft pick there. They needed a solid tackle that doesn't get injured every single year. I think having Rosengarten is going to be nice. Makari should not be the right tackle at starting. He's completely terrible. Just honestly not good, man. A lot of holding penalties on him. Um, I don't see him having much of a factor on the team. Rosengarten, though, I hope that he does get to play more. At the QB, I mean, it's Lamar Jackson, number four QB on the list. Won an MVP, has been an Offensive Player of the Year, has been an extremely important piece to the Ravens in terms of where he goes, they go. But again, playoff time, he's got some demons, especially with Kansas City and especially with Pittsburgh in the regular season. So this is a man that just needs to um, really, he doesn't need to shy away from his running game. maybe slide a little more, but I mean, he's just got to be better at reading some coverages. So it all depends, man. We'll see what happens. Lamar's not bad. He's okay in the regular season, but damn, does he need to get his head out of his butt when it comes to the playoffs, man? Running back or fullback, Patrick Ricard. He is one of the best fullbacks. I mean, definitely a great blocker. Running back, Derrick Henry, second best running back that I got on the list. Definitely, we'll see about his age. Is he slowing down? He's still a boulder. Can he still, get 1,000 rushing yards? With this rushing defense, rushing offense, I do believe that he can. And I'll see. It's exciting to see, getting him there. What will happen with him? For the wideouts, definitely one of the weakest in the league. Zay Flowers can be a star, definitely. He's got some high hopes to him. Bateman, he just needs to step up for a first round pick. He's looking like kind of a bust. And Nelson Aguilar is, well, his career has not been fantastic, but if he can do his job as a slot guy, get a couple receptions a game, um, he could do something here. But doing his job is important there. At the defensive side of the football, they do have a 3-4 base. They do have Jones at the D end, who is a very young guy. He's got some upside to him. Just got to play more games and see what happens there. At the D tackle, Michael Pierce, who's a great run stuffer, definitely great interior defensive lineman there. So I do expect him to be pretty solid. D end, Matabike, honorable mention as a D tackle, could have been top 10. I just need to see it again, but he's a killer. He's definitely um, sacks galore there. So I think he'll have a good year this year. He got signed a good contract. So at the linebackers, they do have Odafe Owe, who needs to step it up. Obviously, got drafted for a reason. Just hasn't been the impactful guy that they want him to be. He needs to step this up. Uh, Simpson, after losing Queen, definitely the concern was, what are we going to do? Like, was Simpson going to be the guy? Obviously, it seems like they knew he was going to be guy because he really balled out in the Kansas City game. So he can definitely be a stud, which Baltimore's had the luxury of having great linebackers. Um, the other inside, you got Roquan, who's number two best linebacker in the league inside. Yeah, he does everything so well. Definitely one of my favorite players. Just a great player in general. Plays his heart of the defense, captain of that Ravens D. Then you got Van Noy, veteran. He's just got to do his job. He's been there, done that. Can be a reliable guy. At the secondary level, you do have Marlon Humphrey, who was number 9 on the corner list. Definitely gets beat a lot, but can he hit? He definitely can hit. Just it's just his coverage that sometimes is really shaky. Um, the other side is going to be Brandon Stevens, who was an honorable mention. Definitely a really good corner. Has definitely shown it last year. Definitely can ball out. So excited to see him. And Nate Wiggins at the nickelback, because of Mollett's injury. He's a good draft pick. He's fast. I think we'll see how he does in the NFL. He did pretty well in Clemson. At the safeties, they do have Marcus Williams. He's number 10 on the free safety list. Marcus Williams is going to be, if he stays healthy, legit for sure. And then strong safety, Kyle Hamilton, who was number 2 strong safety, does everything so well. Playmaker, like everywhere, all over the field. Definitely blossomed, becoming an all pro. Again, he needs to stay healthy, and that this safety group is looking nasty. The kicker is Justin Tucker, who's number 1 on the kickers list. Definitely might change pretty soon rather than later because of age, also because of him missing a lot more um, recently. Punter, Stout, who's pretty good, and kick returner will be Hardy, who's fast and not bad at all. Okay, Ravens schedule. Let's take a look at this. Well, week one's already done. They honestly played a great game against the Chiefs. It was a really entertaining game. Barely lost, so they should feel good. I think they're going to come back. They're going to beat the Raiders. They're going to go to Dallas. I do believe they'll beat Dallas, even though Dallas is looking a little bit better than Baltimore. I believe they'll pull it out. They'll beat Buffalo. Buffalo got worse. Lose to the Bengals. Beat the Commanders. Beat the Bucks. Beat the Browns. and beat the Broncos. Then they'll play Cincinnati at home. I think they'll beat them the second time. Lose to Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. Beat the Chargers. Definitely, it's a questionable thing. I think the Eagles probably will end up winning this game, but I put down that they're going to win that game in Baltimore. I think it'll be a really, really good game. And again, the more I look at the week one, the more I'm like, yeah, kind of iffy on that. So I might go with a loss there, um, but I'm giving them that win there. They got the bye. They will beat the Steelers. I think that their demons are coming out with in terms of them not being able to beat the Steelers, dude. And I think that they need to do what they got to do, and they got to beat them at least once this year. They'll do that. They'll beat the Giants, beat the Texans, just because the Texans are still young and developing, and then they will beat the Browns. Overall, I do have it at 14-3. If I can realistically say that, do I think it's a 14-3 team? I think they are a playoff team. I think they can have a bye. If anything, the two picks that I know that I could be questioned about would be the Cowboys one and the Eagles one. I do believe that those two, even the Houston one, but I mean, I'm going to give it like two out of the three of those games. They could definitely lose, and they can go to being they can be a 13-4, 12-5 team. I know 14-3 sounds uh, crazy, but I do believe that this is a good team still. Still have good pieces. They still can go far in the playoffs. Again, can they succeed? Can Lamar write off a lot of critics that he has, a lot of haters? It's just time will tell with it. I do believe that this team can do something right, though. And I think Derrick Henry will have a pretty good year. So, I mean, again, offensive line, health, and Lamar Jackson, that's just the three key components here for this team.